Hi everyone and welcome back to Cloud BI Academy. So today day 2 of our 30-day Python series. So before we starting coding, let me tell you why today's class is extremely important. So in day 1 you learned how to run Python, but today you will learn how Python think, variables, data types, operators. So these three concepts decided how data is stored, how calculation happen, and how decisions are made. So if you are a student, this builds your foundation. If you are a job seeker, so this is where interviewer questions start. So today's lecture is detailed and complete, so pause the video whenever required. So today we will follow these exact sequence, like variables, what is the variable, why we are using the variable. Then data type, we understand the data type concept, how many data types we are mainly using in our day-to-day operations. Then we understand the operators like arithmetic, comparison, assignments, and then go for the real life examples and common doubts student asks, and then we discuss on interview question with answer, and then I have provided some homework for practice. So let's begin with this. So these are the things we are doing here. So first question in our mind, what is a variable? So a variable is a named memory location that stored a value. But let me explain in very simple language. When a program runs, it needs memory, and Python give a name to that memory. That name is called a variable. So basically variable is equal to name plus its value stored in memory. So this combination is known as a variable. So if you see this box, so this is one variable where we have put many inputs. Okay, so this is a size, so it is known as their memory. Okay, where we have stored the data. Now next question in our mind, why do we know variables? So let me ask you a question. Can you write a program without storing username, without storing marks, without storing salary? So your answer is no, because program deals with changing data and variable allow data to change. Real life student real life student scenario I can take here. So a student has a name, roll number, marks. So these values are different for every student. So we store them in variables. Now next thing in our mind, how to create the variable. So let's open our VS Code. So here we have understand the name. So like student name is one variable, and here we have, okay, so first we have created one file, day2 underscore variable dot py. Okay, so let's understand like how to create the variable. So if we go through with example of a student, so for a student name, roll number, and marks is important. Okay, so before that we require, like I can show you. student name. Okay, so I can put here like Ajay. Okay, this is one variable we have stored, some age. Okay, grade A, we can say that, and then student city, Mumbai. Okay, and so here this student name, this is a variable name. Okay, here we have put Ajay, like this is our value, and this equal to as a assignment operator. So it means we have this is variable, we have assigned some value Ajay. Same as it is for this student age is second variable where we have assigned this value as a 20. Then student grade where we have assigned value as A. Student city we have assigned value as Mumbai. Student percentage where here we have assigned some value, and is passed is equal to true. Here we have assigned some value. So let's print this first name of that. So here we are getting the name Ajay. Okay. So this is the method where we have print the value. Okay. So while you click run and so here you have understand that it is reading one by one. Okay. Now next question, common question sometime asked like can variable name be anything? No. Variable name must start with a letter or underscore. Cannot start with a number, cannot start with a keyword like if, for, while. For example, I can show you. If we passing here like to age, okay. So here we are getting red. It means this is not started with any underscore or number. Now next thing is okay. So here you have understand the variable part. Now next thing in our mind, what is data type? Okay. So why I'm asking this question? Data type tells Python what kind of data a variable is storing. Okay. So is this text data? Is this number? Or is this true or false? So here if you go through with that, this is a str type data type. Okay. In short word we can say that string. This is integer. This is float. This is a boolean. Okay. So basically we have a four type of mainly four type of bit data types we are using here, and it is defined how much memory to allocate, what operation are allowed. So this type of information we are getting here. So to understand that like if we check the, for example I can show you print type. Okay. Student name. So if I run my query, so we get that this is a string type. Yeah, it means str. So this variable is str. Now if I change this one as age, so this is int. Okay, same for the percentage. So this is a float type data. Okay, so through type command we can get the object value. Okay, now next thing in our mind, like why marks is int but percentage is float. So understand this mark as a whole number. Okay, so mark as a whole number and percentage as a float value, because percentage is usually in a decimal format, so that's why it is a float. So Python chooses data type based on the value. It means what type of data value we have provided, based on that Python has choose the data. So next thing in our mind, like do we need to define data type manually? So answer is no, because Python is dynamically typed. Okay, so it automatically detect the type. If you go through in a C and C++, so here we have defined something like that, like a, and here we have provided some name like integer, and then we have provided like this is an integer type and all. Okay, but in Python it is dynamically typed. It is taken the data, automatically detect the data type. So let's move to our next thing, operators. So operators are symbol that perform action on data. So without operator, we no calculate, no comparison, and we didn't uh, write the logic. So what type of? So first we understand the arithmetic operator. So for arithmetic operation, we have like a student in math is getting 80 number. Okay, in science it is getting 90 number, and in English it is getting 85 number. Okay, so these three types of variable here. Now we have performed the total marks. So so we have combined math plus science and English marks. Okay, so now if we run that file, so we getting the total marks. Okay, now next thing we can do here, average marks. Okay, so here we have put the total marks, whatever data variable data we have getting in this variable, and divided by 3. So if I run that one, so we are getting the average marks. Okay, so 85.0. So it means through the operator we can getting everything. For example, if I change it and here I have put the minus. Okay, now you can check that data. we are getting a minus 10. Okay, because we have minus here, we have doing subtraction from math and science. Okay, and here we are getting the average value. Same thing here, we have do the multiplication. So if I'm moving to our slide, so what type of operator we can use here? So first we understand like these are the data type is str, int, str for the text data, int for the whole number, float for the decimal number, boolean for the true value. This is type command we are using for the getting the checking the data type. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, float division, remainder. So these type of arithmetic operator we can use here. Okay. Now I have one question. So first I move to Visual Studio. Here you have seen that like here we have using this symbol. Okay. So this symbol is used for divides and always return a float value. So always it will giving in a float value. If you want to check that, print type. So here you have getting like this is a float value we are getting. Okay. Now we can understand more with few examples. So this is a student example. I can go through with one more example like salary calculation. Okay. So we have today we have do these three. So first we calculate the student percentage. Now we calculate the salary increment calculation. So let's move to our Visual Studio Code again. So it means today my salary is 50,000. Okay, and I getting bonus 12,000, 5,000. So our final salary is salary plus bonus. I can check the name here. Okay, so now variable name is correct. So here we are getting the total income. Now next thing, so this is a one example we can say that like here we have getting the calculation for our HR department. Okay. Next thing is comparison operator. So in comparison operator, basically like I can print, okay, 10 is greater than 5. So it means this is the true value. So I can check that one. We are getting true value. Okay. If I put print 10 is less than 5, so if I run this one, so in that scenario we are getting false. Okay. Why? Because here we have using the comparison operator. Now next multiple time like this question is asked like what is difference between equal to what is difference between equal to assignment operator and comparison operator. Okay, so if we using one time equal to, so we have assigned some value. So here like average mark, we have assigned some value here. If we double equal to, we are comparison something. So understand this. So if I put here x is equal to, for example, first numerical value is 20. Okay, so in assignment operator, we have assigned some value like num1, we have assigned 10, num2, we have assigned 20. Okay, now here if we using 2 times equal to, it means we are comparing with these data. So for example, if I run this, so we getting the false value. Okay, now let's change this data. We can put 10 here and again rerun our, so we getting the true. So simple difference is that if we using one time equal to, so we have assigned some value, so that's why we called it as a assignment operator. And if we using two times, so it means comparison operator. Next, and one more important thing, not equal to. So for that one, true false, it means if we check the some boolean value. Okay, so if this both are true, so we can enter into club. Okay, and if both are not, one is false, then so these logical operator, simple logical operator example. And one more important thing, most of the time asked by the interviewer, like print 8 not equal to 3. Okay, so this is the true. And and if I put here 8, so we're getting false because both are the equal to, but here we have using the not equal to. Okay, so these are the few scenarios through that we can check that. Now move to our slide. So this is one more example, business growth rate. So you can put some values and check this data also. Okay, now move to our next course, next session related to the interview questions. So what first question is, what is variable? So you can say that like a named memory location used to store data. What is dynamic typing? So Python automatically decide data type at the runtime. And difference between integer and float. So simply you can say that integer is a whole number and float as a decimal number. What does percentage operator do? So you can say that like returns reminder used in even and odd check. Okay, what is boolean data type? So it is store true and false values. One more important, like what is used to type. So type is basically understand the what type of variable it is, a string or integer, or this is a boolean type data. So this is syntax for that, you can use it. One more important question: difference between equal to and like assign a operator and comparison operator. So you can say that assignment operator, we have assigned some value, and in comparison operator we are comparing the data. So this is a homework for you for today lectures. So ask for the username. Okay, so you can provide some names, and based on that you can get that name, and also marks of three subjects. So you can combine these things, and based on that you can create your program. Okay, then you can calculate total and percentage, and next thing you can print pass if percentage greater than 60, else fail. Okay, so this is homework for you. You can go through with that and create a program with input name, input mark of three subject, calculate percentage, and print result. So today you learned why variable exist, how Python stores data, how calculation and comparison work. So tomorrow in day 3 we will use all this knowledge to make decision using if and else statement. So comment day 3 please.